tatajanu tatajanu tagdim tatajanu tatajanu tam 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 tatajanu dim tatajanu tagdim tatajanu dim tatajanu tam tatajanu dim tatajanu tagdim tatajanu dim tatajanu tam tatajanu tagdim tatajanu tagdim talang tagdim tam tatajanu dim tatajanu tagdim talang tagdim tam tatajanu dim tatajanu tagdim talang tagdim tatajanu talang tagdim
Welcome, dear kids. This is your granny again, with yet another new story on board which you have not visualized before. Are you not curious to know how this wonderful world was created? The bluish sky, twinkling stars, brightest sun, coolest moon, deepest ocean, sparkling streams, multicolored fishes, amazing animals, autumns, springs, volcanoes, and whatnot. So, children, let us move on to view this interesting aspect of animation in a new story on Noah's Ark, the first animated story of its kind. According to the Bible, Noah's Ark was a vessel built on God's command to save Noah, his family, and the co-stock of the world's animals from the great flood.
Noah, the perfect human of the God's creation, has saved the world from destruction because of his righteousness. Noah, the faultless, flawless man, is the root cause for all life in this world. Adam and Eve were supposed to be the father of this human race as per the Holy Bible. But where from Noah came? What is his role in the evolution of human race? Being an ordinary individual, how was it possible for him to achieve God's blessings and restore the world? Let us now visualize this wonderful reality of how man came into existence. What made God to become furious? How Noah survived God's punishment and brought back life in earth. This is the first and foremost reality of man's fruition. God created the heaven and earth. The earth was without form and was void. There was darkness everywhere. Let there be light. God divided the light from darkness. Let the day be called as light, and let the darkness be called as night. Let the evening and morning be called as the first day. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. God called the firmament heaven. The dry land appeared, and God called the dry land as earth. Let the earth bring forth grass, the herbs yielding seed, the fruit tree yielding fruits. Let there be greenery everywhere with bright flowers, fruits, seeds, and multifarious herbs. Everything appeared as per God's wish. God found everything to be pleasant. Let there be mountains and hills. Let water flow from the mountains and hills to feed the greenery. Mountains were created, and there was boundless beauty everywhere. God saw that everything was wonderful. God made two greater lights, the lesser light to rule the night, and the greater light to rule the day. And he made the twinkling stars. He called them as moon and sun. Let the sun give life and power. Let the moon give warmth and peace. As the sun and moon appeared, the entire earth was glowing. The rays of the sun were illuminating every inch of the earth, and the rays of the moon were giving comfort to every bit of the world. Let every piece of land, water, and air be filled with life, life of various forms. Let there be joy and charm in every soul. Let there be deserts and oases. Let there be volcanoes and hot springs. Let there be springs and snow. Let there be ice and snow-covered plains and mountains. Deserts appeared. Springs came up bringing hot and cold waters, fresh to make the land cool and green, with daffodils and lilies to bring fragrance. The huge highest mountains were covered with snow and ice. Water started flowing from the snow-covered mountains to the plains. Ice-covered mountains and seas were formed, and there was mist and fog along with white and soft snow. Let there be forests with thick shrubs, creepers, huge trees, and moist lands. Let there be streams in forests. Let there be insects in all forms. Let birds be produced which can fly in the air. Let the forests be thick with the fragrance of wild flowers and the continuous sounds of birds and insects. Everything happened as per God's will. The earth looked so beautiful. Let there be animals for different regions. Let there be animals wild and domestic. Let there be animals which are wild with claws and hard teeth. Let there be animals in water, and let there be animals on plains. Lions, tigers and cheetahs were formed. Deer, elephants and buffaloes came to life. Bees and butterflies were formed which sucked the nectar from the vibrant flowers. Camels were formed in the desert. Bears and whales were formed in the icy regions, and birds of all colors were formed in the sky. Let there be light everywhere. Let there be warmth and cold. Let there be heat and rain. Let there be seasons, autumn, summer, winter, and spring be formed. Everything came up as per God's wish. The world looked colorful. Let there be sunny mornings, hot afternoons, pleasant evenings, and cold nights. The sun and moon determined the day and night. Let there be creatures in the sea. Let there be small and big fishes and animals in the sea in all forms and all colors. Let the seas unite to form oceans. Let the rivers and streams join the oceans. Sea and ocean life were formed in all types and colors. Let there be clouds and stars. Let the stars twinkle and make a bed on the sky. Clouds and stars appeared. The world twinkled with sparkling lights. Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that hath life, the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. I bless all of you to multiply. Everything in the world multiplied. All creatures living and non-living multiplied. Everything is fine. Something should be done to rule all these and enjoy. What shall I do now? Who is there to admire all these? I should create someone in my own image with intelligence to rule over all life under the sun. The intelligence what no living thing in this earth has. Let me make a man in my image. Let him have domination over the fish of the sea, the fowl of the air, cattle of the land, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. God created a man, and he blew into his nostrils to give life to him. He named him Adam. He thought someone should be there to accompany him and enjoy everything that God created. He doesn't want Adam to feel all alone. He created Eve, the woman, to accompany Adam. He wanted to create the woman from man. Let a woman be created from the rib of the man. Let her be the true company for Adam, as she is formed from him. God has created Adam and Eve, the first male and female of the world. The Lord was very happy when he had made the man and the woman. I feel that the earth is complete now. All splendors under one roof. All brightness and beauty under the heaven to be ruled by these two, Adam and Eve. Eve gave birth to two sons, Abel and Cain. Eve experienced the pain of rebirth, giving birth to two kids. The eldest was Abel, and the second one was Cain. Abel was good and Cain was a vagabond. There were a few generations from Abel and Cain. After few generations came Noah from the generation of Cain. After so many generations, men and women multiplied. The men were greedy, and they took many women, and their mind was flocked with evil thoughts. They abused each other. There was profound jealousy and selfishness. There was no peace on earth. Every human lived for 300 to 400 years. There was no moral in living. The women were greedy, and they were instigating the men to do against their own free will and wish. Everyone was drunk, and they made all sorts of merry. None had the fear of God. Every individual thought that he or she is more powerful and there is none to control them. God was highly worried. He does not want this generation to continue. He wanted to destroy them completely. He wanted even to wash off everything, whatever he has created, with great liking and happiness. He wanted to ruin the man whom he has created, who is all flesh and evil. He repented for creating the greedy man. Let me destroy everything, whatever I have brought to life. Let me completely smash the earth and all life in it. I don't want to see this evil anymore. I repent for my actions. Noah, an aged man from the generation of Cain, was the only true individual who was an ardent devotee of the Lord. He has been sincere and loyal right from his childhood. He always used to admire the mercy of God and the abundance of beauty he has created for man. He was always against his father's and forefathers' actions. He was highly dutiful, loyal, sincere, and highly contented with what he had.